Imagine waking up one day to the haunting echoes of a voice that shouldn't exist, a voice from beyond the grave. A man is found shot to death in his home, his wife barely clinging to life, unable to recall the events of that night, and standing witness to it all. A parrot whose chilling words would forever change the course of the investigation. This isn't just a murder story, it's a mystery that defies logic, where the truth lies hidden in the silence of a bird's final cry. The tragedy unfolded in the small town of Sand Lake, Michigan. When police arrived at the scene, the house was quiet, but the atmosphere was far from serene. Martin Durham lay lifeless on the floor of the bedroom, his body riddled with multiple gunshot wounds. The scene was chaotic, with blood spatter across the room, indicating a violent struggle. Glenna was found nearby, also lying on the floor, barely conscious. She had been shot once, but remarkably, she survived. Martin and Glenna Durham were once a seemingly ordinary couple. However, beneath the surface of their quiet life, trouble had long been brewing. Martin was a hard-working man, known by friends and family for his kindness and quiet demeanor. But his life wasn't without its struggles. Financial pressures, personal demons, and strained relationships with Glenna began to mount. Glenna, on the other hand, had her own battles. A gambler, she struggled with addiction, which brought mounting debts and increasing strain on their marriage. On the evening of May 18th, 2015, the tranquility of their home was shattered by gunfire. The crime scene was grim. Martin Durham lay dead from a gunshot wound to the head. Nearby, a Ruger pistol lay on the floor. The scene was chaotic, with signs of a struggle, furniture knocked over, blood spatter, and a sense of violence that couldn't be ignored. But the most unnerving discovery wasn't what was in the room, it was what was outside of it. Bud, the African gray parrot that had lived with the Durhams for years, became an unintentional witness to the crime. African gray parrots are known for their remarkable ability to mimic human speech. And Bud's unsettling phrases would later become central to the investigation. It was the police who first became aware of Bud's peculiar behavior. As investigators combed the house, they couldn't ignore the bird's repeated vocalizations of something chilling and unmistakable. "Glenna, fucking shut up. Fuck you, white boy." And then in a lower tone, "No, no, don't fucking shoot." Over and over again, Bud repeated what were believed to be Martin's final words, as if trying to communicate something the living couldn't or wouldn't grasp. To those who believed in the supernatural or the inexplicable, it was a sign from beyond. But to law enforcement, it was far more troubling. In court, Glenna's defense team struggled to refute the unsettling evidence presented by Bud. They argued that the bird's vocalizations were merely repetitions of overheard phrases, not concrete proof of guilt. But to a jury still haunted by the bird's eerie utterances, it wasn't so easily dismissed. The prosecution painted a picture of a desperate woman, consumed by gambling debt and resentment, who had grown frustrated with her life and lashed out in a fit of rage. The gun, they argued, had been in Glenna's possession. Despite Glenna's claims of innocence, the jury convicted her of Martin's murder. The courtroom became a place of emotional turmoil, not just for Glenna, but for the family and friends who were haunted by the memory of Martin and the chilling voice of Bud. Following Glenna's conviction, Bud the parrot was adopted by Martin's family, carrying with him the haunting echoes of the past. To them, Bud wasn't just a bird, it was a symbol of the tragedy that had torn their family apart. The Glenna and Martin Durham case remains one of the most haunting true crime stories of its time. What makes it so compelling isn't just the tragedy of a life lost, but the chilling presence of Bud the Parrot, whose voice continues to echo in the minds of those who seek the truth. Was it justice that prevailed, or was there something more to Bud's words, something we may never fully understand? Stay curious and keep listening.